I have somebody else's liver inside me, and my life is way more normal and way more complicated than people think. I ended up needing a liver transplant after years of drinking. I've talked about it in other videos, but I want to talk today about what my life is actually like right now. Most of my days are normal. I wake up, make coffee, have breakfast, go to work, take care of my kids, just a normal routine. I'm not walking around thinking about my liver transplant at all. But underneath all of that, there's a structure to everything now. And that structure mainly revolves around a few things. Medication is the biggest one, blood labs, not so much anymore, and very infrequently now, doctor's appointments. Medication is a very important part of my daily life. I have to take anti rejection meds, most likely for the remainder of my life. There are some cases where some liver transplant patients taper off, but I'm not focusing on that right now. I have to take my medications 2 times a day, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. every day, the same time. Maybe an hour buffer here and there once in a while, but I have to be very regimented. I cannot miss doses. I think in the 3+ years I've had a liver transplant, I've maybe missed 3 doses. And every once in a while, it's okay, you can get away with it, but it's not a good idea because these are the drugs that keep me alive. And speaking of these drugs, let me show you what my morning pill regimen looks like here. So you can see I have a lot of pills I take in the morning. There's 4 big uh, blue and brown ones, those are anti rejections. And then there's one tiny oblong white one, and that's also another anti-rejection. I started out with way more pills than this. You go down as the years progress. Those big oblong ones, those are going to be reduced pretty soon. Other than the anti-rejection pills, all the rest are kind of to counteract the side effects of anti-rejection pills. So I have type 2 diabetes because of the anti-rejection medicine, and so there's a couple metformin in there, and there's a Jardiance in there, and those are for diabetes. I also have 2 carvedilol pills. They're blood pressure. There's 2 because my dosage changed. I got the bigger pill now, so blood pressure medication. And then I have, let's see, I'm looking over there. I have a daily vitamin, a vitamin D, an aspirin, um, a little buspirone, which is a anti-anxiety medication. I've always had high anxiety. That's why I drank in the first place, is to self-medicate. And a couple other vitamin supplements that my doctors told me to take. I don't take any supplements outside of the regimen my doctors prescribed me. And so that's quite a handful of pills in the morning. The nighttime is the blood pressure, the metformin, and the anti-rejection, and some magnesium. And so yeah, that's a lot of medication. And when I first started that, it was kind of it was very intimidating to have that many pills and to keep track of that many and the dosages. I remember I used to have a big printout, and it told me how many pills of each for each day, and it would take me hours to fill my pill boxes. And now I just know it all in my head. I lay all my bottles out. I do 2 weeks at a time, and it takes me about a half hour to do 2 weeks because I have some pill cutting to do. Side effects can vary. Again, like I said, type 2 diabetes is a side effect. I'm getting that under control now with I'm trying to do weight management. I also take an Ozempic now once a week. Started that a week and a half ago, so not seeing results quite yet. Um, and there's a really horrible side effect at first when you first start the main drug, tacrolimus, which is the backbone of your anti-rejection, and that can be a nasty medication, and it has neurological effects. And when you first are on it, before your body gets used to it, you have tremors, and your hands shake. Everything shakes like this, and my hands shook like that for probably about 6 weeks. It took to get used to it. And also at that time, I was on high dosage of prednisone. Thank God I am not on steroids anymore. But I had to use insulin to control my blood sugar because I was in such high doses of prednisone, as everybody is fresh after transplant. So I had to inject myself 4 times a day with insulin while having tremors like this. It was like a sewing machine on my belly. It was absolutely horrible. I hated every second of it. But now my side effects have minimalized. I'm pretty used to everything. I really don't feel any side effects now. My tacrolimus dose is so low now. It's 1 milligram twice a day. I started out at 9 milligrams twice a day. They monitor that level very closely because too low and you can go into rejection, too high and it's can kill your kidneys, it can mess you up. There's a very narrow band of therapeutic level for this medication. Along with being taking my medications normally, I had to get frequent blood work. Um, I just graduated to every 3 months, and I think that's the uh, minimum amount I'll ever have is 4 times a year blood work. But when you start out post transplant, you're getting blood work twice a week, and then you graduate to once a week, and then it was every 2 weeks, and then it went to once a month, and then it went to every 2 months. And then along the way, they adjust your medication. So, like I said, t- tacrolimus. They decrease it a little bit each year. For me, my through levels, if you're a transplant patient and it's 3 to 5 are my goal through levels for tacro. My last lab was 6, so they reduced my dosage a little bit. So I had to get labs every month now for 3 months while that level normalizes to make sure my level stays the right way and I don't go into rejection. After that, I will get my lab every 3 months. I now see my hepatologist once a year, and that started pretty much 1 year post transplant. I am super, super lucky in many regards. I don't have side effects from the medication. My kidneys are in great shape. I have EGFR over 90, um, which is kind of rare for somebody that's gone through what I have. And I never had any bumps in the road, as they say. I graduated clinic early. I have not needed much monitoring at all. Everything has gone very well, no side effects. And like I say, most days, I don't I don't think about the fact that I have a transplant, and except when I come in here and do videos for this channel. Having a liver transplant really isn't a cure. It got rid of my bad liver, and I no longer have cirrhosis. Um, and I feel like I am normal. And it is expected that, knock on wood, I'll live a normal length lifespan because of how well everything's been going and how well my body has responded. But it's not back to normal. It's ongoing responsibility. Um, you don't just get a new liver, you get a new set of rules, really. You have to be careful. Again, I am so grateful. I'm grateful for organ donation. I'm grateful that whoever it was that decided to become an organ donor did so. I don't know who that person is. I've written the family a few times, no response. But I'm grateful for that person, whoever they were, because I'm living a good life now because of that. It's not a second chance where everything resets. It's a second life you have to maintain, but it's a good life, and I'm so grateful for it.